ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान्नस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणम् श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण पुमान् पूर्णः प्रजायते तं वन्दे ब्रह्मविद्धुर्यं सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः
सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र वाक्ये सूत्रानुगादिभिः
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि
वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि
सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्
सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्
माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्
माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्
मां ब्रह्म निराकरोत्
मामा
मामा
ब्रह्म
ब्रह्म
निराकरोत्
निराकरोत्
अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु
अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे
अनिराकरणं मे
अस्तु
अस्तु
तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तो
तदात्मनि निरतेय
विनिरतेय
उपनिषत्सु
उपनिषत्सु
धर्मास्ते मयि
ते मयि
धर्मे
सन्तु
सन्तु
ते
ते
मयि
मयि
सन्तु
ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
ॐ
ॐ
शान्ति
शान्ति शान्ति
शान्तिः।
शान्तिः
चतुर्थखण्डः नवम मन्त्रः लास्ट mantra. The last class we did the eighth mantra, and this last mantra it is Phala Shruti. Let us read the mantra. Yo vayetamevum veda
यो
यो
वा
यो
ये
वायेतामेवं
वायेतामेवं वेद
apahatya papmanam
अपहत्य
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 पाप्मानम्
anante swarge loke
अनन्ते
अनन्ते
स्वर्गे
स्वर्गे
लोके
लोके
jyeye
ये
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 pratitishthati pratitishthati
प्रतितिष्ठति
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 ब्रह्म विद्यायाः फलम् यद्यपि पूर्वम् उक्तम् कुत्र पूर्वं प्रथमखण्डे द्वितीयमन्त्रे रीत्यास्मा लोकादमृताः भवन्ति इति उक्तं तथापि since Upanishad is going to be completed, therefore Palashruti is mentioned again. Brahmavidyayaha palam. Yaha yova yaha vai evam veda evam eta etam etam is etam Brahmavidyam evam ukta prakarena as it is told, as it is taught, ukta prakarena evam veda. Yaha, the one who knows, indeed. Etam Brahma Vidyam, Veda Kriya Padam, Vedatuhu, Viduhu. Papmanam Apahatya, Apapurvakahan, Dhatu, Leprataya. Having removed all the Papa. So Papmanam Apahatya. Papmanam means Papam, Malam, impurities. Samsarasya Karanam Avidya. That is the highest impurity. Other impurities, Raga, Dvesha, etc. Avidya is the basic impurity, Ajnanam. And because of avidya, therefore there is samsara. Because of avidya, there is kartrutvam, bhoktrutvam, aham, sukhi, dukhi, karma, karma palam, janma, iti, samsara. So therefore, having removed the cause of the samsara, papmanam, this papa, that is in the form of this samsara bijam. The cause of samsara is this avidya. So avidya is the mala impurity. Vidya is the papam, papmanam. that is removed. Having removed the cause of samsara, that is avidya, then what happens to that person? Yaha Veda Saha Anante Swarge Loke Swargaloka, and Swargaloka which is Ananta, Antaha na Vidyate. Anante Swargaloke Jye. So in the having removed all the impurities and the basic impurity being avidya, that is the cause of samsara, remove that person, Swarge Loke, in the Swargaloka, Ananta Swargaloka. The Swargaloka which is limitless. And that Swargaloka is Jya Swargaloka, the greatest. It is Chandasa Prayoga, Jya Swargaloka, which is greatest. Jya Swargaloke. The Swargaloka, which is the greatest Swargaloka, Jya Anante Swargaloke, all in Saptami. So Jyas, Jayasi, Jyas, that is the Shabda. Here it is Chandasam, Jayasi, iti Yataha, the greatest Swargaloka. Anante Swargaloke, Saha Pratitishhtati. The repetition is for conclusion. That person is Pratitishhtati. He is established, he remains in that Swargaloka. That is the meaning of the mantra Pratitishhtati. Pratitishhtati is, he remains in that Swargaloka, which is Ananta, which is the highest Swargaloka. Now, what is the Brahma Vidyayaha Palam? Brahma Vidyayaha Palam Swarga Praptihi. Punya Karmana Eva Swarga Praptihi. Vidyayaha Palam tu Muktihi. Swargaloka is not moksha. Swargaloka Prapti is not moksha. Chine Punya Matyaloka Mishanti Eva. That is the Chine Punya. When Punya gets exhausted, when the person he comes down back to this world. But here, that Swargaloka, that is attainable by removing the cause of the samsara, that's avidya. Therefore, it is not that Swargaloka which we normally refer to. A place of enjoyment, a place as it is mentioned in the Kena Upanishad, that Jarayana Bibreti, that Kshutipasa Nasti, there is no hunger, there is no thirst, there is no Vyadi, there is no Jara, that is not the Swargaloka. Brahma Vidyayaha Palam, Ityuktatva, therefore the Swarga is, it is Swarupa Brahma. It is not going into a loka. It is knowing that Aham Tat Brahma Asmi Iti Nyatva, the person, that is a Swargaloka. Not the person reaches. Not the person reaches the place called Swarga. Here the Swarga is used in the sense of that Atma Brahma Swarupam Brahma Ityartha. How do we take the meaning of Swarga? That is why Mimamsa is required. You have to apply Mimamsa. If Swarga Loka is told, then how can you reach Swarga Loka by knowledge? To reach Swarga Loka, that what we mean in common parlance, Swarga Loka, the place of enjoyment, that is reachable only by the accumulation of punya. Here when we say Swarga, it cannot be that Swarga Loka, even though the word Swarga is used That's Sargaloka, it is Brahma. It is Brahma. It is Sukaswarupam. Brahma is Sukaswarupam. It is Ananda. There are both Swarga. In Swarga also there is Ananda. It is something like the Vishayananda of this Loka, but this Ananda is Swarupananda. That was Sukaswarupa, that Brahma, Tadeva Lokaha, Bhuyate Anubhuyate Atmatvat. That is a Surga. That is a Loka, Swargaloka. Atmaloka it is. Brahmaloka, but if it is Brahmaloka, then one may think that it is like the place where Brahmaji lives. It is not a Loka, it is as such, it is knowing the Tattva, knowing the truth. Jagatkanam Brahma Ahamasmi iti, that person remains with oneself. That is the real Swargaloka. So therefore, it is not the common, the Swargaloka what we talk about, or what we gain by accumulating punyam. And also Ananta, the word is limitless. So therefore, Anante Swarge Loke. Therefore, it means that Swargaloka is Anantaha, not limited. It means it is of, and also JS, JA, greatest Loka. There he remains. Remains means he is one with Ishvara, that is Aikyam. Vidyaya Aikyam. By knowledge, that is Aikya Praptihi, Jiveshwara, Aikya Praptihi, that is Jnanam only. Vittihi, the person remains in that knowledge. Pratitishthati, Pratitishthati, the repetition indicates the conclusion of the Upanishad. Now let us read the Bhashyam. Yo vayetam brahma vidyam
यो वै वेतां ब्रह्मविद्यां
yeneshitam ityadina
केनेषितं
केनेषितमित्यादिना
इत्यादिना
yatoktam evam mahabhagam
यथोक्तामेवं
यथोक्तामेवं महाभागां
brahma devebhyaha ityadina stutam
ब्रह्मः
ब्रह्मदेवेभ्यः
देव्यादीनां
इत्यादिना
स्वां
स्तुतां
sarva vidya pratishtham
सर्वविद्या
सर्वविद्या
प्रतिष्ठां
प्रतिष्ठां
veda
वेद
amrutatvam hi vindate
अमृतत्वं हि विन्दते
अमृतत्वं
ityuktamapi
इत्युक्तमपि
इत्युक्तमपि
brahma vidya palam
ब्रह्मविद्या
ब्रह्मविद्याफलम्
ante nigamayati
अन्ते
अन्ते
निगमयति
निगमयति
apahatya papmanam
अपहत्य
अपहत्य
पापमानम्
पापमानम्
avidya kama karma lakshanam
अविद्या
अविद्या कामकर्मलक्षणम्
samsara bijam
संसारबीजम्
संसारबीजम्
vidhuya
विदूय
विधूय
anante aparyante
अनन्ते
अनन्ते
अपरे
अपरते
swarge loke
स्वर्गे
स्वर्गे
लोके
लोके
sukhatmake brahmani ityetat
सुखगे
सुखात्मनि
ब्रह्मणि इत्येतत्
एतत्
anante iti visheshanat
अनन्ते
अनन्ते इति
विशेषणात्
विशेषणात्
न त्रिविष्टपे
न
न
त्रिविष्टपे
त्रिविष्टपे
अनन्तशब्दः
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 औपचारिकोऽपि स्यात्
औपचारिकोऽपि
औपचारिकोऽपि
स्यात्
स्यात्
इत्यतः आह ज्येये इति
इत्यतः
इत्यत आह
आह ज्येये
इति
इति
ज्येये ज्यायसि
ज्येये ज्यायसि
ज्यायसि
सर्वमहत्तरे स्वात्मनि
सर्वमकरे स्वात्मनि
मुख्ये एव प्रतिष्ठति
मुख्ये एव प्रतिष्ठति
न पुनः संसारम् आपद्यते
न पुनः
आपद्यते not आपद्यते इत्यभिप्रायः
इत्यभिप्रायः
यो वै एतां वेद यः एतां is एतां referring to विद्या तप विद्यां ब्रह्म विद्यां का सा विद्या येनेषितं पतति प्रेषितं मनः येनेषितम् इत्यादिना यथा उक्तां विद्यां विद्या which was taught and which began with the mantra केनेषितम् इति शिष्यस्य प्रश्नः then गुरोः उपदेशः इति गुरु शिष्य संवाद रूपेण या विद्या उक्ता सा ताम एतां विद्यां यथोक्ताम एवं in this way in this manner the Brahma Vidya which was taught which is Mahabhagam of great glory famous Keneshitam. Why it is? Because Brahma Devebhyah which was glorified. That Brahma Devebhyah ityadina stutam. It is praised, glorified, stutam in the third chapter. Brahma Devebhyo Vijigye. Acharya mentions all the Upanishad, first and second chapter. Then third chapter, Brahma Vidya Stuti is done. And this Brahma Vidya is Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. The word occurs in Mundaka Upanishad. It is the Sarva Vidyayaha Pratishta Vidya. Ya Vidya Pratishta Vidya. Pratishta Vidya, which is the basis. Yajñatva Sarvam Jnatam Bhavati. Therefore, it is the basis of all the Vidya. In fact, all the Vidyas are meant for this Vidya. So, gaining this Vidya, everything is gained. Any Vidya is meant for this Vidya only. Therefore, it is a Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. Sarva Vidyayaha Pratishta Vidya. Iti Veda, the one who knows this Brahma Vidya. So, Uktam Brahma Vidyam Yaha Veda, this Vidya of great Mahabhaga, great glory, and it is praised in the third chapter, and it is the Vidya, which is the Vidya, which is the basis of all the Vidya. All the Vidya culminates in which Vidya? That Vidya the person knows. Saha Amritatvam hi vindate iti uktamapi. Amritatvam, he gains Amritatvam iti uktamapi. Amritatvam, he gains Amritatvam, Amaratvam, even though it is uktamapi, even though it is told. But ante, at the end, iti uktamapi, Brahma Vidya palam ante nigamayati. The result of Brahma Vidya, at the end, the Upanishad nigamayati, it ascertains. So, Amritatvam hi vindate iti yadyapi uktam, tatapi, पुनः उपनिषद उक्तम अस्ति अन्ते निगमयति ascertains the Brahma Vidya yaha palam katam apahatya papanam iti apahatya papanam having removed all the papa. Acharya defines what is a papa. The papa which is avidya kama karma lakshanam samsara bijam. Apagatya is vidhuya. Apa purvaka handa tulya prataya. Acharya uses gives the equivalent word viduya, removed. Having removed the samsara bijam, the seed of samsara, and that is in the form of, it is characterized by avidya, kama, karma. Avidya is the cause. Because of avidya, there is kama, therefore karma, therefore papa punya, therefore janma, pura janmarana. It is samsara cycle. So therefore, to remove this the cycle, to come out from the cycle, what should be done? That avidya, which is the cause, that is removed. Snap the avidya, the whole thing falls apart. So therefore, apagatya papmanam, avidya, which is a cause. Because of avidya, there is adhyasa, atasmin tad buddhihi, therefore katrata buddhihi, therefore kama, desire. Because of desire, propelled by desire, there is karma, kami karma, nishiddha karma, all those karma. Then karma palam will be there, therefore samsara. Therefore avidya is removed. Atma vidya, brahma vidya removes avidya, viduya, having removed this cause for samsara. Anante, then when it is removed, then what happens? Anante, anante aparyante. Aparyante means limitless. Anante is limitless, same. Equivalent word, aparyante. There is no end, there is no limit. Aparyante. Swarge loke. The Swarga loka, which is Sukatmakam Brahmani. Acharya uses the word Brahmani. Suppose Swarga loka is, that is Brahmani. Lokyate, generally we give the meaning Lokyate Anubhuyate iti lokaha. That which is experienced. But here you can say Lokyate Sarvam Anena iti lokaha. That by which everything Lokyate Prakashate shines. It becomes evident. Everything becomes evident because of that which is self-evident, that is Atma. That Atma is Brahma. Therefore, Brahmani, Sukatmake Brahmani. Brahma asti, therefore, Sarvam asti. So it is the Sat, the existence, Satta Rupena asti, because of that everything shines. So therefore, Sarvam Anubhati. Brahma Bhati, Sarvani Bhanti eva. Tasya Bhasa Sarvavidam Vibhati. So therefore, it is Lokyate Sarvam Lokyate Anena iti Lokaha, everything shines after Brahma. That Brahma which is Sukatmakam Brahmani iti yetate. That is the meaning of the word Swarga Loka. Because Vidya is Brahma Vidya, it is Upanishad. Therefore, Palam is not this Swarga, that is Parichinna Swarga Loka. Swarga Loka is Parichinnam, that not that Loka. It is Brahmani Sukatmake, that is Brahma, Atma. Ananta iti Visheshana. Why we take the meaning that Acharya also says? Ananta iti Visheshanat na Trivishtapa. Trivishtapa means Swargaloka. Trivishtapam. Tritiyam Vishtapam. That is Trivishtapam Bhuvanam. So it is not that the Loka Trivishtapam. Trivishtapam is another word for Swargaloka. In the Amarakosha it is given Trivishtapaha. The people who reside in Swargaloka, Amaraha, Devaha, Trivishtapaha. So it is not the Swargaloka. Because the word Ananta is used. Ananta iti Visheshanat, na Trivishtape. But Ananta Shabdaha is Aupacharika. Sorry, this Swargaloka is Aupacharika. Aupacharika, Ananta Shabdaha, Aupacharika Vapi Itya Ataha Aha, Jaya iti. The word Ananta Shabdaha is Ananta Shabdaha, it is Aupacharika. It is, even if you take Ananta, sometimes the word Ananta we can say it is Aupacharika. Aupacharika, Aupacharika means It is not atyantika, it is aupacharika. Sometimes, even in Kena Upanishad, we have seen that Amritatvam, Swargaloke Amritatvam Bhajante. There we say Amritatvam is, it is not Atyantika Amritatvam, it is not Atyantika Amritatvam, not absolute immortality, it is Apekshika. It is Apekshika, we say. Similarly, here also Ananta Shabda, it is only Aupacharika Prayoga, it is only a figurative usage. If you say that another word is that Jaya, then how do you explain that word Jaya? Swargaloka, because with Swargaloka it can accommodate any number of people. So therefore it is limitless. Therefore, in the figurative sense, even if the words are Anante, the Swargaloka, if it is used, when it is said. But the word Jaya is also is the Jaya. So Jaya means Ja, it is Chandasam, Jayasi. Acharya said Jaya, Jayasi. It is greatest. Greatest means which is greatest of all the physical lokas. Therefore, it is not the physical lokas. It is not one among the physical lokas which can be reached. That is a loka which is one's swatmani. Is Sarva Magattare Swatmani. It is greater, Magattaram, greater than all the lokas. Jayasi. Jayasi is Yasun Pratyaya. Jaya is equal to Jayasi. Jaya is Chandasam. So Jayasi, greater. It is greater than any loka. In fact, it is the greatest. And it is Swatmani. It is in the form of oneself, which is the Mukhya. That is the primary sense if you have to take. Even if Ananta Shabda, if it is Aupacharika, the Jaya is, the word is there. Therefore, in the Mukhyartha, referring to the Atmaloka, that is Swatmani Mukhye. Eva Saha Yaha Brahma Vidya, Muktam Brahma Vidya, Veda Saha Pratitishthati. That person remains. That is, the person remains in this loka, abides in this loka, that abidance in the form of knowing that Aham Tat Brahma Asmi Iti. So avidya is gone, gone is gone, it will never come back. It will never come, it will, again, if it comes back, then there is no point in knowing avidya. Avidya, nature of avidya is, it is gone and therefore it is destroyed. Therefore, there is no punaragamanam, therefore no samsara. Therefore, the person doesn't fall back to samsara. Na samsaram apadyate, doesn't gain samsara. Again, iti aviprayaha. He is one with the Brahma, Advitiyam Brahma, Advaitam Brahma. Ataha pratitishthati iti, the repetition. The repetition, Brivachanam, Upanishad Samaptyartam. Iti Palashruti. With this it is, the Upanishad is concluded. Now I'll give a summary of this Upanishad. Maybe it will take little time. I'll just try to give as quickly as possible summary of this Upanishad. So, the Shanti Pata, Apyayantu Mamangani, that we have seen, the beautiful Shanti Pata. We can chant every day, in fact in the morning, it's very good. So, it's a beautiful prayer asking for Jnana Yogyata Prapti. So, asking for all the Indriyas, everything be intact, and that all this may be employed in gaining this Brahma Vidya. May I never dismiss this Brahma Vidya, may not Brahma Mam Nirakarot. It is just beautiful prarthana. The Upanishad Dharma, all the Upanishad Dharma, the values and virtues may all be in me, Satyam, etc. The Upanishad also be Sa Satyam Ayatanam, Satyam, the value was glorified. That is the Shanti Pata. Then the Upanishad starts with the word Kena. That is why the Upanishad is called Kena Upanishad. And this Upanishad has got 4 chapters. Khanda. Pratama, Pratamaha, Dvitiyaha, Tritiyaha, Chaturthaha. So 4 Khanda, and there are about 34 mantras. The first chapter there are 8 mantras, and second chapter 5. In the third chapter 12 mantras. In the last chapter 9 mantras. If you count, it will be 34 or 35, because the mantra in the third mantra is sometimes it is split into 2 mantras, that is Agnim Abruvan. Therefore 34 or 35 mantras we can take. Therefore 35 mantras. The third mantra in some books is given. Even in the Bhashyam we saw. So whether you take it as 1 mantra or 2 mantra. The first kanda has got the third mantra of the first kanda, not here. Third mantra of the first kanda, in some books it is given as 2 mantras. And if you take it as a 1 mantra, then 34. Now the first kanda has got 8 mantras. And we know the Upanishad, the form of a dialogue, Guru Shishya Sambhada, this Upanishad also, the form of a dialogue. The Shishya approaches the Acharya and asks the question, Tadviti Pranipatena, protocol, following the protocol. Only thing is the names are not mentioned. The name of the Shishya and the teacher. The first mantra is the Prashna of the Shishya. We have to assume that the Shishya is a Yogya Shishya, Purushaha, Sadhaka. So he approaches the teacher and asks this question: Kene shitam patati preshitam manaha kena prana pratamah praiti yuktaha iti. So kena ishitam, kena preshitam. Directed by whom? Preshitam means prompted. By whom? The form of the action or speech. Ishitam, directed by just mere person, Sanidhya Matrena. Because the Shishya is not sure, therefore he uses both the word. So, therefore, by whom? Directed or in the presence of whom? Directed by whom? Manaha, Ishitam Manaha Padati. Manaha Padati Vishayam Prati Gacchati. And Pranaha Pratamaha Praiti is Pranaha Yuktaha Bhavati. Pranaha Praiti. The prana is united Yuktaha. Kena Preritaha San Pranaha Yuktaha Bhavati. Then Kena Ishitam, this Vacham, the words, people utter these words. And by Kena Preritam, Imam Vacham Vadanti, and Devaha, Chakshuhu, Shrotram, Kaha Devaha Yunakti, which Devata, which Deva, which effulgent being, Yunakti joins the sense, or with its respective sense objects. Chakshuhu Pashyati connects the eyes, contact with the color and the forms, doesn't cross his field of operation, similarly Shotram, etc. The Prashnaha. So, therefore, the idea is, see, this, who is that? What is the ultimate reality behind everything? All the organs function. It cannot function by itself. So, all the Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, etc., they function. They have the respective field of operation. This Nama Rupa Prapancha is there and the Indriyas are there, they interact, but they cannot interact by themselves. There must be someone who activates, who impulse, who is that? Iti Prashnaha. Sishya must be an informed person. And the Acharya gives that which is Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manaso Manoyat, Vachoha Vacham, Samu Pranasya Pranaha, Chakshusha Chakshuhu, Atimuchya Dhiraha. It is the eye of the eye, ear of the ear, mind of the mind. It means Yat Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manasaha Manaha, Vachaha Vak, Pranaha Prak. That knowing which the person reaches Amritaha, Pretya Amritaha, Lokat Amritaha Bhavanti iti. So knowing which, that is that which is Shrotrasya Shrotram. Shrotrasya Shrotram means that which is the, because of which the ear is ear. The ear is capable of hearing, grasping the words, because of which the mind functions. The mind, the buddhi is able to decide, do the job, and does the job of volition. Because of prana, the prana, because of whom the prana is sustaining the body, because of whom the eye grabs the varna and the rupa, and that is different from all these sense organs, because of whom every sense organs function in the respective field. Knowing which, dhiraha, vivekinaha, they have become, they have gained amrtatvam, amarana dharmatvam. Shruti palam, Shruti, the Dharma Vidya palam, atraiva bhuktam. So knowing now you become free, jivan muktaha, and after maranam videha muktihi. That meaning also we can take, we have seen. And the third mantra, that cannot be known, that cannot be objectified by any of the known means of knowledge. Therefore, Shastram as Pramanam is required, without which it is not possible to know, not as an object. That's why Shastram. Other means of knowledge are available for objectification of the Vishayas, but this is unobjectifiable because it is a very subject. Therefore, न तत्र चक्षुर्गच्छति न वा गच्छति नो मनो न विद्मः विजानीमः no mano न विद्मः. So that says that this is not available for objectification. न विजानीमः यतैतदनुशेष्य अन्यदेव तद्विदितदथो विदितादधि. There the Acharya says Brahma is not an object, and if it is not an object, how it can be taught also, we don't know. But this is how our Purvacharya taught Shotrasya Shotramiti. So Brahma is not an object. Then we saw that Agama Vakya was given. Iti Shushramadi Purvesham Yena Satyachakshire. That is Abhiditad Adi. That is Viditad Ataha Viditat Atho Aviditad Adi. That Agama Vakya was there, and we saw it was analyzed in detail. Viditat, Viditam is Karyam. Brahma is not a Karya, therefore Karyat, Vilakshanam Brahma. And Aviditad Adi also, Brahma is Karana Vilakshanam also. It is neither a Karya, not the Karana. Brahma is not a cause, not a Karyam also. As a cause, it is only from this certain standpoint, it is only for understanding. It is neither the cause nor the karya. So therefore, viditat anyat, we saw it is not heyam, cannot be dropped. Aviditat, api, adi. It is not upadeyam. Brahma is aheyam, anupadeyam. We saw long analysis. We did. Bhashyakara did. So Brahma is that which cannot be taken up or cannot be dropped because it is very oneself. Therefore, it is aheyam anupadeyam iti. The commentary we saw. And the iti shushramadi purvesham yenastad yachakshise. This is also, this mantra I told can be taken as two mantras. But this is how this received from the acharyas, purvacharya, and the acharyas and the shastram. Yata vachana abhyutam yena vak abhyudyate tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam vididam upasate. So in this mantra, nedam vididam upasate tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, which is Mahavakya. It is repeated again and again like Chandogya Upanishad where Tattvamasi is repeated. So for we give these two Upanishads as an example for this Upakramopasamhara Abhyaso Purvoktapalam, that Shad Lingas. We say for ascertaining a Tatparya. Generally, we give the example of Chandogya. This Upanishad also we can give. Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, Edam Vidam Upasate. So that is the Tatparya and it is repeated. Abhyasaha Punah Punaha Punah Punaha Uttamasti. It is not a dosha, it is the emphasis is given by repetition. Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi. So all the organs, they can objectify the respective objects. But what about Atma? It vacha na abjuritam. Vak cannot speak of it. Because of which the Vak speaks. Similarly, manasana manute, chakshushana pashyati, shotrena na shrunoti, pranena na praniti, yena prana praniyate. May you know that tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, and that is not attainable by any other means. Jnadnedam upasate, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, that Brahma is you, and it is not a Vishaya. It is not Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, and it is na idam upasate. So that is not Brahma which people meditate upon as this. That is as a limited vastu, limited object. So this is repeated because Brahma is not an object, it is not a Vishaya. That is why it is repeated. So therefore, Brahma, which is unobjectifiable, which is the truth behind all the sense organs. And this Brahma, this Atma, the Chaitanya, which is the Adhishtanam. And that Brahma is Tom, Asi, Tom Eva. Tom Eva means, doesn't include this Sharira Manasangata. Tom Eva means that which is, because of which even this Sharira Manasangata is sustained. That Adhishtanam Brahma, that is you. So that is Mahavakya. Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, Tad Brahmatvam Vidhi, Tatutvam Asi. So it means I am the truth of everything, is Jagat. And that is not available as a Vishaya. Because we always tend to objectify and know, and that is by repetition, it is that idea, that notion is removed. This is the first section, Kanda, Dvitiya Kanda, beautiful mantra. Because there is natural tendency to objectify and understand. Therefore, here, Acharya says, if you think, Acharya tells the Shishya, if you know Brahma, then you really know a little about Brahma. You don't know, little know. Daharam mevapi nonam. Tam veta. But the student was intelligent. He says, I don't think I know Brahma. Well, at the same time, not that I don't know. But aham, I know. Naham manye suvedeti, nona vedeti vedacha. Yonas tad veda, nona vedeti vedacha. A beautiful mantra. We saw that this mantra very elaborately. And the teacher said, if you say that you know Brahma, then you know, you don't know Brahma, you know little about Brahma. So for the one who says Brahma is known, it is not known. In fact, Upanishad later it says that in its own words. So when the teacher told that Shishya, if you say I know Brahma as a Vishaya, then you don't know. You know very little of Brahma. You understand Brahma very little. That Brahma is as confined in the Devatas. You know, that is very little. Therefore, the Acharya tells you have to further inquire into what Brahma. Then we have to assume that the student further does analysis like Taittiriya, that Bhrigu Varunagi, when the Shishya approaches the teacher was his father. He says, you are the Annamaya Kosha. Then he goes, then again inquires and come back. Tapasa Brahma Vijignyasasva. Similar here also, the student inquires and then come back and say, Manye Viditam. I think I have understood Brahma. And further he says, Naham Manye Suvedeti, Nona Vedeti Vedacha. I don't think that I know Brahma as an object. At the same time, I don't consider that I don't know Brahma well. It means this is a right way of saying that Brahma is myself. I know Brahma as my own nature. I don't know Brahma as a Vishaya. That is beautifully, beautifully the Shishya puts in the form of Naham Manye Suvedeti, that mantra. Aham na manye suveda. Vishetaya aham brahma janami iti aham na manye. Na manye na veda. Aham brahma na janami iti api na manye aham. Aham veda. Aham brahma veda. As what? Pratyekatmataya aham brahma veda eva. Vishetaya na veda. Iti the Shishya says. And the teacher also is happy, and the Upanishad emphasizes saying Yasya matam tasya matam. The beautiful mantra. All these mantras are good, beautiful mantras. Yasya matam tasya matam matam yasya na vedataha vijñātam vijñānatam vijñātam abhijanatam. Brahma is known to that person for whom Brahma is not a Vishaya, who knows that Brahma is not a Vishaya. That person who says no Brahma, that person doesn't know, because for him the Brahma is known as an object. Therefore, those who say I know, they do not know. Those who say I don't know, they know. It means those who say that I know Brahma as an object, they do not know, because Avishayatvat, it cannot be objectified. And those who say I don't know Brahma as Vishaya, that person knows. He has understood. Atmatvat, Surupatvat. And the next mantra, which is often quoted and is a beautiful mantra. All these mantras are important mantras. Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate. And this Brahma is known, it is understood in every cognition. Every cognition it is understood as Chaitanyam, that Brahma. And those who know Amritatvam Hivindate against Amritatvam, Amarana Dharmatvam Vindate, Atmana Vindate Vidyam, Vidyaya Vindate Amritam. So Atmana Vindate Vidyam. So Yaha Pratibodha Viditam Matam, Bodham Pratividitam. All the cognitions, in all the cognitions, the one who cognizes this Atma, which doesn't undergo any change, because of which all the cognitions, all the pratyas, all the thought are known. Pratibodham. Therefore, this bodham prati, it is a witness of all the cognitions. So it is a witness of all cognition. That Brahma is, when it is understood as oneself, through cognitions in every knowledge, in every thought, every pratyaya, then the person, Amartatvam Indate, he knows that Brahma, that Chaitanyam, Brahma Chaitanyam, the person gains moksha through this understanding as one's Brahma, as oneself. Iti and Viryam, Vidyaya, Viryam Vindate, Amartam Vindate, Viryam Vindate. Atma Vidya Kritam Viryam, Atmanayava Vindate. Vidyaya, Amritam, Moksham Vindate. It's a famous quote. Vidya, Moksham, Amritam Vindate, Labate. By Vidya only, Amritam, immortality is gained, not by any other. And if you don't do it now, then it is Magati Vinashtihi. Having got this Manushya Janma, if a person doesn't strive to know this, then the loss is ultimate loss. इह चेदवेदीद अतसत्यमस्ति चेतीह वेदी महति विनष्टिः भूतेषु भूतेषु विचित्य धीरः प्रेत्यास्मान् लोकादमृता भवन्ति. Again here also अस्मात् लोकाः धीराः प्रेत्याः अमृताः भवन्ति इति श्रुति, फलश्रुति is given, phalam is given. But the idea is the one who doesn't know Brahma in this, through this Manisha Sharira, it is possible only through Manisha Shariram. Therefore, if a person doesn't know, then the loss is greatest loss, great destruction. Destruction means it is not physical destruction. The person will be caught up in this Janma Marana Samsara Chakra, in this cycle. Then the Tritiya Kanda, where we saw the story, the Akyayika. Brahmaha Devebhyo Vijigye, Tasyaha Brahmano Vijaye Devaha Mahiyanta. So Devas, they got victory over the Asuras. So when they win over Asuras, they become very arrogant. Shlaganta, Atma Shlakam Kurvata. They praise themselves. So that therefore Bhagavan wanted to teach them a lesson. Therefore he appeared in the form of the Yaksha. That and Yaksha and they tested the Devas, we saw. Then having seen the Yaksha, he was effulgent. Then Indra sent one by one. He called Agni, go and then find out who that person, who that Yaksha is. Agni thought himself to be very great and everyone knows. The moment Agni entered, the Yaksha asked, who are you? So Agni's pride was shattered. And Yaksha placed a piece of grass and wanted Agni to burn. Agni could not. So he felt humiliated and returned. Similarly, Vayu also, the same thing happened. Who are you? Tasmin Tagum Tasmigum Tasmin Twai Kim Virim Iti Apidahum Sarvam Daheyam Idam Pratavyamati. That is Agni. Then Vayu went. Vayu also same thing happened. Agni could not do Tanna Shashaka Dagdum Saha Tata Eva Nivavrute. Same thing with Vayu. Vayu could not lift. Therefore, he also returned back humiliated. So Agni could not burn, and Vayu also could not able to lift the grass, small dry blade of grass. So therefore, both of them returned. They felt humiliated. Then Indra himself went. When Indra went, then the Yaksha disappeared. That was a great humiliation for Indra. The moment Indra approached, Yaksha disappeared. And Indra was understood and he became humble. And in the place of Yaksha, Brahma Vidya, the Uma Devi, Brahma Vidya in the form of Uma Devi, or Uma Devi in the form of Brahma Vidya, the Uma Devi is Brahma Vidya. Vidya is Shilinga, and therefore Devata, the Uma Devi, appeared. And this Indra, he came to his senses and really wanted to know, having seen his Jignya Sattvam, then Uma Devi revealed. She taught Brahma Vidya. Because of that Vidya, all the Devas, they attained great, they become fame, attained fame. Iti the Akyayika. Now, what is the importance of Akyayika that we saw? Bhashyakara, in fact, in the introduction, he gave the introduction to the Bhashyam, to the third Kanda, he gave the importance of this Akya. Brahma Asti, Brahmanaha Astitvam. That Brahma is Durvijnayatvam, Brahmanaha Durvijnayatvam. Without Shastram, it is not possible to know that Brahma. Abhishayatvat, not available for any other means of knowledge. And also that Brahma requires Jnana Yogyata, Jnana Yogyata Apeksha. The person should be humble, amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, should have mumukshutvam, tiva mukshutvam, viveka, vairagya, etc. So, therefore, jnana yogyata. And without Guru, it is not possible, without Guru and the Shastram. Therefore, Guru Apeksha, that is one of the message. And having gained this knowledge, they attained fame. That Yasha Praptihi also, Yasha Prapakatvam, that is the fifth message, the significance of this story. Then the last one is, this story is used, that is, it is for the Upasana Abhyasa. The story can be used, can be employed for practicing different Upasanas. So we can take Indra did tapas and therefore Upasana Abhyasa. So by that, a person gets, the Indra got Jnana Yogyata. So therefore, different Upasanas. That is why in the Chaturtha Kanda, in fact, the story continues in the Chaturtha Kanda. Umadevi appeared and then asked Indra, who are you? That is, with that, third Kanda is over. Then Chaturtha, when Indra became humble, then she revealed. Sa Brahma iti hovacha Brahmanaha, that is victory of the Brahma is because of me alone, because of you, me alone, you are all glorified. Iti Umadevi revealed and then taught Brahma, that taught Indra the Brahma Vidya. And we had to take that Upasanas also were taught as preparation for this knowledge. And therefore, in the last Kanda, Upasanas also were taught. We saw that different Upasana, that is, the Upasana is at the four Upasanas were talked about. Two Adideva Upasanas and one Adhyatma Upasanas, and the last one, Guna Visishta Brahma Upasana. So, first two are Adideva Upasana, that lightning Upasanam, Vidyut Upasana, it is called. And the next one is this Netra Unmilanam, that is blinking meditation, the flash of blinking. Blinking is like the flash of flashing light of this Brahma Chaitanya. So that is Upasana. So two Adideva Upasanas. And the third one is the Upasana. It is some similar to Pratibodha Viditam Matam. That is, in every thought, it's called Adhyatma Upasana. In every thought, that Brahma Chaitanya is there. So that thought, the Chaitanyam is revealed or manifest through the thought. So that is Upasana. So that is the meditation. The third Upasana. And fourth one is Guna Visishta Brahma Upasana. So having taught Brahma Vidya, why it is taught this? Because all these Upasana, they're all preparatory disciplines. And these are all Upasanas taught in the Upanishad. So the Upasanas taught by the Upanishads have got that palam. So we have our own Ishtadevata Upasana, that is not Shastriya Upasana. Nothing wrong in doing, but they're all Shastraihi Mukta Upasana. Therefore, they will have respective results. Guna Visishta Upasana, fourth Upasana, where Pujyatum of Ishvara is meditated upon. All these are different Upasanas. For what? It is not for Jnanam or not for Moksha. It is only for preparing the Antakaranam. So Upasana, and what is other discipline? Karma Yoga. So therefore, Upasana, by Karma Yoga, the person prepares oneself for gaining Jnana Yogyata. That is why he said, Tasya tapodama karmeti patishta vedaha sarvangani sarvamayatanam iti karma yoga upasana. All these are as preparatory disciplines is important. And also the having taught this, the sixth and the seventh mantra, Shishya asks again, Upanishadam Bobruhi. Then Acharya told, Upanishad is taught to you. We taught Upanishad. So it means Upanishad is already, it is taught, it is done. The Upasanas and the Karma Yoga and other disciplines, they're all meant for preparing the Antakaranam, preparation of oneself. So they're all secondary sadhana. Primary sadhana is Jnanam. Therefore, that Upanishad is concluded, already taught. So the Upasanas and Karma Yoga, all these are meant for preparing the Antakaranam only. There is no other way other than knowing oneself. No other way other than knowing oneself means for gain moksha. But moksha, there is no other means other than knowing oneself. That is ukta. Already it is done. It is taught. So why it is important is because upasanas are taught. Therefore, one should not think upasanas are the means for moksha. Upasana or karma yoga. Upanishadam Vayam Abruma eva. Upanishad Ukta te. That is done. The second chapter it is done. The third chapter and the fourth chapter through the Akyayika and the following is only for preparing the sadhaka. So having prepared oneself, then the sadhaka, the student, when the teaching is given, he assimilates, he understands, and becomes free from samsara. So the last mantra, the Palashruti, by Brahmajnanam, the person, Jivan eva muktaha bhavati, and gains pratitishthati, abides in this knowledge. Abides in this knowledge while living in this Aham Brahma Asmiti, that in that Jnanam, he abides while living. And after Maranam, what happens? Body is gone, body goes back to its elements, Prithvi. The person is no more available. Where is a person to come back? He is not available anymore to come back. Therefore, there is no punarjanma muktihi iti. Therefore, jnanat eva kaivalyam. So that is the pala shruti, that kaivalya praptihi is the palam. So the fourth chapter with which has got 9 mantra, it is that the Upanishad is concluded. Let us chant the Shanti Pata. Shanti Pata is generally chanted the beginning as well as at the end. And we do Purnamadaha, that also, and this Shanti Pata of this specific Veda, the Upanishad. Om Apyayantu Mamangani
ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
Vak Pranaschakshushrotramato Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani
वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि
Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam
सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्
Maham Brahma Nirakuryam
माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्
Mama Brahma Nirakarot
मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्
Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam Me Astu
अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे
अस्तु
Tadatmani Nirate Ye
तदात्मनि
Upanishad Dharma Ste Mai Santu
तदात्मनि
तदात्मनि निरते
रते
निरते या
धर्मास्ते
उपनिषत्ते मयि सन्तु
Te Mai Santu
ते मयि सन्तु
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha. Next class, I'll try to give the summary in Sanskritam of Kena Upanishad. And next Upanishad we will start. Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवादः।